Hey everybody, time once again for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So it's Thursday, had the shop all to myself today. Rafa's out Thursdays and Fridays. Jacob has finals this week. So I had the place all to my lonesome. So cranked up some good tunes and put my head down and got to work. So worked on the Baja again all day, and I think I finally got the wiring, a couple things. One is done, so as far as the things he wanted added. And then I've got it to the point where I'm about as happy as I'm going to get with it. Those of you that follow the channel and have been following this project probably remember what a nightmare the wiring under the dash here was. And so I spent quite a bit of time just rerouting things, trimming things, bundling things together that were sort of running together. But before just, going every which way, there were just wires going every which way. Plus, I added a bunch of things. So that added even more wires. So right there and there are the two new idiot lights that I added. And I added a little light over there. I'll talk about that in a minute. I added gauges under the dash. I'll show you those in a minute. So I actually added quite a few wires here. But then, and the fuel sender here, fuel gauge sender. So I added a lot of wires, and of course I routed them nicely, but then tried to also take the existing wires and turn what was pretty much a rat's nest into something that looks fairly organized. It's about as good as I think it's going to get, and it's at least, I don't think, embarrassing anymore. So why don't we shift our attention to inside the car, and I'll show you what I did in here. And got the seats back in it now that I'm done wiring it in here. So as you can see, it now has a pair of proper idiot lights there. So the red one is generator and the green one is oil, just like on a regular Beetle. And then you can see down here the gauges. So we've got an oil temperature gauge now and a fuel gauge. They're all wired in and they seem to be working as far as I can tell. There's no gas in it yet, and there's no real temperature in the motor yet because I haven't started it yet. But yeah, I think it's got the wires, bundled up there pretty decently. So I think it came out to be a pretty clean installation. The other thing that I did, which I mentioned earlier, was I put a little LED light right here, which shows when the car is powered on, which is this switch here. So this switch turns like almost everything on the car on. It's the coil, it's the running lights, just a whole bunch of stuff. It turns on the gauges. It's kind of like the almost master power switch. And then this one here is for the fuel pump. But it does have a master switch on now, which is right there. The other thing the owner wanted was for me to install a battery cutoff switch. So that's what's in there right now. You can kind of see it there. So I installed it in this back kick panel, and then also got this little, cover back here installed. It was kind of busted up a little bit, and this thing hinges open so you can get to the battery, and then you can see the master cutoff switch there. So yeah, let me turn this light off for a second. So when you turn this thing on, I added a little LED light to it so that you can tell when this master power switch is on. So there's that. Let's see, turn it off, and it goes off. On, there we go. And then there's this other switch here, which is the, secondary master. I'm at a loss for what to call some of these switches on here, but so there's this one, and so this light here shows that that power is on. So again, that's the coil, that's the gauges, which you can see are now illuminated. You can see the idiot lights lit up, all that stuff. So turn that off, and pretty much everything else goes off. And the fuel pump, as I mentioned, is a separate switch there. Turn signals become hot once this power switch is on. You can hear them clicking away there. So yeah, that's it as far as all that stuff's concerned. So now you can turn the battery off, and there you go. So I think that was pretty much what I did on this car today. Again, the wiring on this car was such a nightmare that it just took a really long time to, kind of route everything, clean everything up, get everything where I was happy with it, etc. But I think the end result's pretty decent. Definite improvement over what it was looking like before. So that was it for today. I think tomorrow I will probably go ahead and put some gas and some oil in this car and fire it up. That's really the next thing. I think the only other major thing he wanted, which I need to talk to him about, is he did want me to install one-piece windows, which supposedly I know how to do now. I did it on one car and it worked really well. We'll see if I can repeat that. So here's his one-piece window kit. The only thing is he has new window regulators and they're the wrong ones to work with that one-piece window kit. So I need to let him know and see what he wants me to do. He wants me to just get some. You can see the regulators back there. They're not the right style for those windows. So I need to let him know about that and see if he still wants me to get those and install them, or do it at a later date or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so pretty good day on the Baja here. I'm got pretty much all the wiring related stuff done today, having previously wired up the rear lights here on the bumper cage and the motor and stuff like that. So anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you again tomorrow for what will most likely, but not definitely, be the last episode of the year. So make sure you tune in for that. Anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye.